I'm Amanda with TCR Crafts, and this is Crafting Right. Cue intro. Today, in the spirit of spring cleaning, I am going to be repurposing a pair of old jeans with an unfortunate rip in them. The things that you will need for this are your jeans, scissors, a rotary cutter, a pencil or another marking tool. I think that tailor's chalk would work a lot better, but a pencil will also work just as well. Hemming gauge, some pins, a seam ripper because I know that I'm going to make mistakes, and a sewing machine. You'll also need a surface to cut on, an 8-inch circle template. This one is 1/4 inch thick with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. To start off, you're going to want to cut your pant leg up the side. I've already done this part. You can see I've already done this part too, but I will also show you what I did. I placed the template on the pant leg, and I gave myself 1 inch between the template and the hem of the pant leg. And then all I did was I took my rotary cutter and I cut around the template. What I need to do now, though, is free it from its prison. And you're going to need 2 of these. So I'm going to cut a little bit further up the leg. By the way, if you're not someone who sews a lot, I would recommend doing a square because sewing a straight line is a lot easier than sewing a curve. I'm going to use other parts of these pants for other parts of the bag in just a moment. But the thing I need to do next is take these 2 circles, place them right sides together. And if you don't know, that means the side that you want facing out. And I'm putting, see how the lines of the fabric go this way? I'm putting them going the same way. Just line them up and pin them. Obviously, you're not going to want to sew all the way around because then your bag won't have an opening. What I'm going to do to mark out where the opening is going to be is I'm going to take my template and place it on top. And I'm going to have my opening be that wide. So I'm going to take my pencil and trace around it right here. So now there's my opening. So I know now not to sew there. I know that I have a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Okay, so now I'm going to just take this, line it up with the 1/4 inch, and I have it on a straight stitch. Alright, see, I didn't see the line there when I got to it, but I did see this one. So now I'm going to have to go back and do it again. This is where the seam ripper comes really in handy because now my purse doesn't have an opening. It's just 2 circles stitched together. Okay, so I'm going to darken these lines so that won't happen again. Now I can take my pins out, put them back in my tomato. Alright, now we've got this all sewn. So I'm going to take this and fold it over. This is going to be a bit tricky. I'm going to pin it. I'm going right on the edge. I purposefully chose a color of thread that is contrasting the blue in the denim, but you can also choose a color that is the same as the fabric. The strap is going to be a seam from the jeans. So I'm going to take the same pant leg that I was using, and you can do any thickness of strap. It's not perfect, but it doesn't need to be. I'm just going to cut all the way up. I can always make it shorter. I'm going to cut with some extra on the side of the seam like that. It doesn't matter that it's not straight. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, but since I have the space, I'm going to do a little bit extra. Now I'm going to make my strap kind of skinny, but you can make yours thick. You can sew 2 seams together to make it thick. I'm making sure that it is long because I'd rather have too much than not enough. It's going to be like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to straighten this out a little bit using my scissors. This is why you want the extra on the sides when you cut it out, so that if you look at it from the back, it doesn't look like that. So I'm going to fold it on top and fold it over again. I'm going to give it a little bit of extra room. And I'm going to pin it like that. And I'm going to do that all the way down the strap. Now I don't want this hem, so I'm just going to cut it off. Now for the fun part. I've got to sew all the way down this. I'm going to go very slowly. Now I also sewed on the edge there just to secure it. Now I'm going to take my pins out. Now I'm going to go down it with my scissors and trim it. To attach it to my purse, all I'm going to do is sew it right there. In the same way right here. Alright, now I'm going to turn it right side out. I'm going to have this come over like that. So what I need to do is I need to have a button there. I'm going to hand sew this button onto it, then I'm going to make a buttonhole. Okay, now that I've sewn the button on, I have marked where the buttonhole needs to go. And I replaced my foot on my sewing machine with a special foot for making a buttonhole. So, need to carefully, very carefully, cut it open. Okay, now that was the last step. here's the finished product. Here's how it looks. This was a fairly easy bag to make. And I only used one of the pant legs, which means you have so many more possibilities with this other one. Thank you so much for watching. Check down in the description for our social links. Click here to watch my last video. Click here to subscribe, and click here to visit our website. I hope that you found some inspiration in this video. Thank you for watching. Bye!